Hi there, and welcome to the next video in the series. So in the last video, we installed MySQL as well as the workbench, and in this video we're going to install the employees database that we're going to work with. So this database is pretty cool. It's got about 4 million records, which makes it a fairly decent size to play around with, so that we can do some visualizations in Pandas as well as some other data analytics. So what we're going to do is go to the MySQL website, because that's where it's hosted, and we're just going to type in the employees database. So the first link here, MySQL employees sample database. If you click on this, it's going to give you some information about the database, like who created it, where it's from. But we're going to go down to installation. You can read through these instructions, but I'll take you through it. So it's actually hosted on GitHub, so that's where we're going to go. And before we download it, I just want to show you the employees.sql file. So this is the file we're actually going to run, and you can see that it creates the database. It's going to create all the tables in the database as well as set the constraints. And down here, this section is going to load in all the dump files that have basically all the information that's going to be inserted into the database. So what we're going to do is just download the zip file. And I'm going to move that to my desktop. So if you open up a terminal, we're just going to change the directory to the desktop, and it's test_db-master. Let's try that again. Yeah, great. So you need to be inside the directory to actually install the database. So we're just gonna type in MySQL -u for user, which is root, p for password. So if you type in this command, you're gonna get a prompt to ask you for your SQL password that we entered in the last video. And you should see this happen. It's going to basically start creating the database and inserting all that information. So when this is finished, I'll show you how to find this in the actual workbench. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully that didn't take too long. I forgot to mention though, before you do that installation, just make sure that you actually have your instance of SQL running. So when you come to here, if you're on a Mac, to your system preferences, you should see that there's an active instance running here. If it's turned red, this command probably won't work. So just make sure that you've actually started up the server. Okay, so once that's finished, what we're going to do is just go into the applications, and we're going to start up our workbench. Go to our local instance, and what you will see, what you should see here, is the employees database. If you already have this open, what you can do is also just click on this button to refresh the schema. And what we'll see here is that the database is now in your workbench. So you can see that all the tables are in here. There's also some views that were also installed with that. So what we could do, just to show you that there is data inside this database, if we just go to the employees table, what we'll do is just a really quick select statement. So we're just going to select the top 5 employees, and we're going to select all the attributes. Before you actually use the database though, what you got to do is right click on this, and you want to set it as the default schema. So that'd be a good idea to do that. So once you finish that, now you can run this query. And there you go. You can see that we've selected the top 5 employees. So great, now that it's working, we can move on to start using some Python and Pandas. I'll see you in the next video.